Hello, Chris. Hello, and also hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you're watching YouTube, catch us live at twitch.tv/otakusmelty. And if you're watching YouTube and you like seeing me, like, make a comment, subscribe, and don't see if you dislike, and tell me why. Either way, hope you have a wonderful day, and let's get into this. Alright. Alright, let me get the game up and up. Yeah, okay. I'm assuming you can hear Chris. If I'm wrong, tell me now. Cool. Alright, let's continue where we left off. I don't think you were here by the end. A little bit more work done. I need more quartz. Oh. And see here, I can actually prove that you can't see the sun because I could just see the sun the other day. Well, I kind of figured. Yeah, that's how the sun should be. Weird that they... Anyway. But... obviously, we got some stuff done. I've got one more of that to do. I need to actually get the wall soon. I think it's fine for you to sleep, dude. It is totally a-okay. Alright, and then you can see here, this is like this. This is gonna go up like that. I've got 2 rooms here. I'll do 2 rooms on the next floor up as well, probably. It's just a representation of what it could be. Good. Because if you need to sleep, you should sleep. More like multi-dimensional. Because obviously, it's mostly like the concept I'm going. I thought I know it probably would sound like it doesn't really necessarily make sense, but what I'm going with is. So obviously, this is like the Nether Embassy. I know it's like got several tall floors, but I think it actually works because it's only 4 floors, even though it's taller than that building, which is also 4 floors. So the concept is meant to be nice. That and here as well. 3 floors tall. I don't want to go too much higher than that. But I decided, I think it actually makes some sense to assume, other than in like small spots, potentially we're going to go with the concept of something akin to Endermen that would live in the Nether, or found themselves in the Nether. So you need to have it be a lot taller for them. But they don't really need to be very wide, so that's kind of why stuff like this works. Yeah, it's being naughty. Yeah. Same in here as well. And yeah, it's super tall, but it didn't... who knows? But again, like I said, it's more... yeah, they're 3 blocks tall. So this would have to be like the minimum would be this for the ceiling. Looks nicer like this. But I figure if we want to give her some, like, you know, to give her some lore to our world, right? Sure, my characters too. But what I was gonna say is, if I explain like why it has to be from the Nether and not the end, the answer is because attempting to do cross-dimensional travel, it's not through something like another portal, will cause you to go insane. Explain, like, I obviously need to remember Ducey would be more, well, nutty. Because they would be coming from me. Whereas, like, if they're coming from another, they'll just go through a portal. If they're still sane. Whereas if they're not, then don't care. I feel like it would be very mentally taxing to try and do something like that, so that's where I'm going with that. A little dark right now. But still. Alright. Yeah. I think that's kind of like the idea there. You can have some differentiate. You could differentiate. But maybe I'll put like a door here that leads to another. I don't know. We'll see. Right. Oh, there really isn't much room because obviously we have this here, so maybe it's just a very tall. Yeah, it's just a very, very tall thing here. Make things super easy to walk up and down, no matter how tall you are. And basically, the only places where Endermen kind of have to do tiny teleports, which are not only slightly mentally draining, are through doors, but that's more because there's just like no other options. Technically, I guess they can bend down. Oh yeah, no water. Alright. 1, 2, 3. So I can see where we're at. Yeah, I needed to go up one more level. Because I do believe that's how... Let me just count the number of steps here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah. I have no idea. So yeah, it should be right. I need a few more, but that's fine. And then we'll have this floor. Actually, I probably need to go up one more because you've got this and then you've got this as an in-between, so yeah. Oh no, that's the floor, so that's fine. You can see that's the floor here as well. But who knows? I would assume, actually, you assume that most living creatures would have some need, then Enderman in theory would have such needs as well. Possibly. I mean, it's the most likely answer, but it's also entirely possible that they're burnt. Nah, not burnt. No, they wouldn't burn down. Or something akin to that. Again, I'm just kind of going, like, if it's... With multi-dimensional travel, it's entirely plausible that it would become... something would become... wrong. In theory, secret lore that the players don't allowed to know. Because it'll mess with their creativity. But within this world line, I mean, I don't know, I haven't decided. Like, within this. Could be that it's related to, like, the environment that they are from. Like a chameleon style kind of thing. Like, if you think of the end, especially with the new, not as new now, it's been a couple months, but you know, what can't I think of it? But also in here as well, how they've changed the end's lighting, right? And effectively, it's more inclined to potentially be pitch black. Especially if they were a predator. But I'm just saying in actual Minecraft, whereas... Or potentially impossible in any way. But they're a... Because they don't want to be looked at, right? So wouldn't they want to not be something that you'll notice immediately? Although that would mean that Theory and the Nether, they should develop a different, like, more reddish hue. I'm just saying, like, if you think about the few things that we do know about Endermen, like they don't want to be looked in the eye and stuff, or looked at all. And the concept of being the one who's that they've specifically, like, developed an appearance that will then blend into the background of the end. After all, there's... Although then that opens the question of, what are Endermen scared of? That they would need to develop that. I suppose. But I was just saying, cause, like, especially if you think about the fact that as a barren wasteland at this point, I guess potentially the dragon, but the dragon has it too. Or maybe there's something akin to the dragon. They have a very similar appearance to the dragon. Or that's just how end creatures develop, due to the nature of the end being so sparse now. Well, to some extent, they kind of are. Or at least that's the point where it's like... I guess... Like, I mean, while they're considered a hostile mob, they're much more in line with being a neutral mob unless you look at their face. But according to the game code, they're obviously a hostile mob. So when you turn off hostile mobs, it turns off, or you turn it to peaceful rather, they cease to spawn, even though in theory they probably should still spawn, because overall they are neutral. If a nuisance. I'm just saying, when you consider the effectively... Actually, no, I know. They're hiding from Endermites, which are kind of purple, so they don't blend in. The ultimate, actual predator of the end, the Endermite. Which weirdly does fit. Especially for the creatures at the end that have a lot more issues with... Well, in actuality, would have more issues trying to grab them. After all, they have long... potential... Either they're, like... I would argue, like, an actual... Like, potentially, like, you know, physical, like, arms. It make it very hard to grab something. Like Endermite or smack it. I mean, they do attack Endermites. But you know, I mean, that would be the ultimate, like, just the ultimate lore. Everything in the end has one fear. The Endermite. When infestation starts, your life is over. Especially if you think about the fact that they're effectively parasitic, too. Actually, now that I think about it. Literally. Like, think about it. So, Ender Pearls come from Endermen, right? And the only way that we can get an Endermite to spawn is by a percentage chance of throwing a Ender Pearl. That means that, in reality, they're parasitic. Because obviously they're living within the Enderman if the Ender Pearls are coming from the Enderman. But that means that they're essentially parasitic to the Enderman's core, slowly growing, and the only reason why we sometimes find them is because they're big enough to actually cause us a nuisance. But because we don't have that core, obviously we wouldn't be able to get Endermites in that way. Thus making the Endermite the ultimate predator / parasite of the end. Heck, depending, potentially the darkened exterior, I guess. Who knows? Could even be an effect of the Endermite. Really black. Purple black. Like an ultimate bruise all over the body. Terrifying if I was... I'm sure that's not actually the case, but that'd be absolutely terrifying. Yeah. And yet it fits really well with the concept. And with like all the clues that were given with it. Is what makes it really horrifying. Yeah, they have no idea. You know what? Only Notch knows. Actually knows. Maybe Jeb. I think that's the best answer. But beyond that, probably no one else. Don't know. I was more saying like about Enderman in general. That their lore, what their specific lore was supposed to be, if you will. Less about the Endermites themselves. I was just saying the Endermites kind of fit within that kind of thing. Of effectively being a parasite of the end in general. And logistically makes sense if you think about it, just because... like, they behave like... I mean, they're silverfish. They're basically the End's version of the silverfish. Although, I don't think actual silverfish are parasites in that way, but... I mean, it is a terrifying thought, though, that that some bugs could just take over you. And that's that. You're no longer you. Weirdly enough, I kind of like it as an idea for it being, though. But it does fit with the concept that was originally meant to be more survival, potentially towards the horror aspect kind of game, right? Unless sandboxy. That's the kind of lore I would absolutely expect out of that. But no, I was thinking more about like just in general with lore bits like that. Alright, I don't have enough. Right. Nearly forgot. Is this one yours? Yeah. You know, I wasn't sure before, but now I'm almost definitely sure. There's some jankiness from this last couple updates. Really... really make the game worse. And I can't even figure out what the heck it is that's causing. Like with the butchers, you see one of them is able to succeed, one of them's not. It's clearly got something to do with the wall, but I don't know what. All I do know is that it did work, and now it doesn't. Little things like that are just getting a little bit annoying. As it goes along. I don't know if you've noticed any of that. Fair enough. Maybe it's just because... I was gonna say, maybe the only reason I'm really noticing is that I think, I don't know. Like, I tend to actually, like, decorate around and stuff, building and all that, right? Hello, Tomas. How are you? Well, overall, it's kind of been okay. It just... Every now and then I'm just noticing another little buildy thing that I'm just kind of left with. Doesn't really make sense. And mind you, it's not like every time or anything, it's just like the villagers, where the one just can't tell that it has a job station that it should know it has. Oh, we're getting even more eggs. Yeah, there might be, I bet, a couple eggs blocking up the system. Possibly. Alright, what you got? Tall, dry grass. I mean, I guess it's fine. What about coal? Anyway, I mean, it's not crazy or anything, it's just... Yeah. Let's go look at something enjoyable. Make me feel better. In real life? Not exactly. Although it does effectively do the same thing. In regards to Minecraft, more in line. But I mean, it does effectively come from the same place, doesn't it? Which is... Yeah, let's just feel good about ourselves. It's working. Oh, I didn't hear any guys, which is kind of concerning. I mean, they've got another leak somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna have to find another spot that's obviously for Dorkified or whatever. But, it depends on what you're looking for. But typically, I guess you could think of charcoal as base living place base. Again, is this Minecraft? Or is this real life? No, not in vanilla Minecraft. Which is kind of odd when you think about it, because in theory, at least should be able to make its own unique block form. Charcoal block. Which a lot of mod packs do, / mods do, kind of, at least add. There. But, like, overall, they don't really do anything on their lonesome, so... Vanilla, so yeah. They're just the most renewables... Well, no, they aren't anymore, because you've got lava now. Early game renewable source of fuel. Pretty much the only thing that they're good for. In base vanilla game Minecraft. My day was decent. And torches, unlimited torches. That's about it. My day was decent. I've been getting work on the obviously polishing up. Well, I mean, as long as you have trees, you can make more charcoal, right? It's not hard to get more trees in Minecraft or more logs. So, yeah. And you can grow more with a reasonable amount of kind of growing over. Well, there really isn't much to coal itself either in the vanilla game. I don't think. So even in that sense, it's a little... It's just that you can actually turn those into blocks and then use that to make a better fuel source than just doing it on one by one. But yeah, the more you think about it, the more you're gonna go, but that's kind of odd. Alright, I'm gonna need more quartz in general. So I'm probably gonna get back around to just breaking down that over there. To gather stone, to sell stone, to get some, slowly gather quartz. Emeralds. Or I can just do it the berry way and slowly kind of decorate the other stuff here, which I can do. I might do. Well, the berry way is definitely slower. I did make the rest of these to. Alright, so then we can kind of do that here. Bring this out here. Probably 2 blocks. Oh, we get a full 3 blocks here for this. Nice. What? Alright. That it is. Yes, I think you need to start actually looking up what flame means before you start trying to use it. But I do think it's yes. Yeah, you can't get your llamas to do what you want because the llamas don't want to go where you want. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have any more, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck what I've got currently I'm gonna need... I need to... You know what? Let's do some quick math on how much quartz am I going to need. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that... I was just gonna say 55. I'll figure something out with that. 55. Actually, it's 66. So let's just say this is another... No, this would be 55, okay. Bottom one is already done, but, yeah. So let's just say that's 63 plus 66. 129. And then here, that's another... I think we could say we solidly need about 400 plus pieces of quartz. I'm gonna chuck this into here to smelt this up. I'm not gonna smelt it yet. Where it's gonna go. It's gonna go into one of these. Or maybe I will, because it's gonna go into here, right? So it can start smelting. Start raining. Huh. I mean, but it is slowly but surely starting to really look like a street that you could actually walk down. Potentially. I do need to fix this one, though. I guess while I'm waiting for berries, I'll start working on the one at the front. Alright. And then when we have enough berries, we'll go up, we'll get more bricks. I know that technically I could get quartz by trading with piglins, but that requires gold. I don't have a gold farm. I don't want to work on getting a gold farm right now. And even if I have one... I'd have to AFK at it. So, honestly, this will still be more work getting done. Alright, so we need oak. I don't hate gold. I just don't want to make a gold farm to just sit and do nothing. And another. Wait, is it actually oak or is it birch? I'm not sure which one it is. Pretty sure it's oak because I'm pretty sure it's... It's birch. Boo. Oh, ah! Yeah. You can make an iron farm and you can make a gold farm. Actually, I don't need this. I thought I did. But since this will be this here, it's honestly fine. What I do need, I have in my hands right now. And then I also need this stuff. I suppose that will be a trip to the Nether, but potentially. And the question becomes, do I want to do... this? I think so, because you can see it. Like, from the street, if you're coming from this direction. It's not easy to see, but it is clearly there. There. Actually, I think it makes some sense. Although, maybe what I want to do, at the very least, with... these? Is I want... Wait, nobody's gonna see this one, I guess. And this, I'm gonna put a roof on, so it'll be fine as well. Okay. Alright, to... What trucks? I mean, there still wouldn't be trucks if this was real. Because you have to have trucks exist. Or rather, still exist in that way. They haven't been scrambled for parts. Something that's the equivalent of years ago, if you will. I mean, that's how that kind of works. Remember, this isn't day one apocalypse. More like day 6,000 potentially, depending. Could be 50,000, could be 600,000. After all, it's gotta be enough time for the world to have worked its way through everything that has happened so far. And been within the rebuilding state for a while. More like 6,000 though. Like 10 years have gone by kind of thing. Or not 6,000. Like 10, 20 years. 3,000 to 6,000 kind of thing. Or really 3,000 to 7,000. After 10 years to just over 20 years kind of thing. And if we get far enough, you can have it also be potentially up to like 100 years later. So to put it into, I guess, easier perspective to understand. But I'm more picking... I'm more inclined to say decades than centuries. Well, no, I am inclined to say somewhat to centuries. But only in that they've managed to finally rebuild their place. It's not the... It's the place that is known of as a last bastion. In reality, it's a trap, if you will, but... Like, if you're out on the out and about. Yeah. The desire is to... Let me remind you of the storyline. The overall desire, the thought of safety, the belief of safety that people have, is up here. The village. But in reality, anybody that goes here doesn't come back. And answer-wise, it doesn't matter if they wanted to or not, they're not able to now. Kind of the idea. So, if you're chosen, that's not a good thing. Not really. But it's one of the things where you desire to believe that it must be. Like I've said, that's what I've said, like, from the get-go. I don't know what you're talking, and I've never played Silksong, so I have no idea what you're talking about, to be clear. I know Hedge has been playing, but I have new ones. But that's why the city is effectively rebuilt to some extent as well. People coming, trying to have spaces for people who come. But obviously the farther out it goes, the more just dilapidated it is, because, well... In reality, protection, or what's believed for protection, is only really kind of near the wall, to some extent. The farther out you go, the harder it is to... Anyway. I've forgotten, like... But I've been saying this whole time. That's how I was doing it. I know it's been a while, because, like, Christmas and before that power outages, but it's also why you have such a wide variety of people, whereas in other places you're gonna not really have that. So you're gonna have people from the Nether here and from different places and all that. Having a building built here, like this one, isn't ridiculous, whereas in many other places, territories, etc., however you want to refer to it, city settlements, you might not, because the fact is, either the stables will be allowed to be built within the city, which obviously here it's not allowed to be anywhere near. Yeah, that's effectively what's up top. Why you have prisons below. It's why you also have the potential possibility for the rebellions and stuff, as people have come in and all that and gone along as it goes. There's an actual logic to it. Yeah. That's why we got the stupid robot thing. And what we're effectively building is the representation of it. Obviously, I can't actually build what it would actually be like, because that would require a level of precision that I just can't do. Yeah. I mean, I guess. As I said, I would have no idea. I've never played. I haven't played Hollow Knight. And I've not really watched any playthroughs because Hedge is playing through it, and I don't want to, like, see something and accidentally say something that will make her upset because, you know. She's, like, doesn't want spoilers. She's still managing to avoid spoilers. And I'm not going to be the one that ruins them. But yeah, Hedge is still playing. Mm-hmm. You know. We're still on Hollow Knight, so there's no spoilers to be had yet. But no, I mean, I wouldn't know. I ironically would not know. The concept I started working on a couple years ago now have any similarities. I'm gonna leave the berries and let them grow away. I don't know. Although, in reality, this is just more in line with... I mean, it's a general concept. After all, in a world in which nothing is safe, one, the concept of something safe is something you're absolutely going to be willing to give into, even if you know in reality that doesn't really make sense. you know. Casey Forgotten Hedge was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Doesn't matter if I want to know or not. Specifically of the manga slash anime. Nah, she totally. Alright, forgot. I was doing it like this, wasn't I? Because that way then it looks kind of nifty. Okay. Yeah. Or like it's got something to it. I do think I want to stick with it like that though. Gives a little bit of room to it. Okay. There we go. Yes, Birch. It works. It honestly looks quite nice. Not really. Especially when you look at the netherwood. It just matches nicely. Um, can use that later, but that works for now. I'll let you move the grass. Yes, it's wood. No. Alright, so what I need... I need to get some andesite. I think I have some over here somewhere. Yeah. I don't think I actually need this much. Alright, and then I need to look at how much do I need specifically so I can just make that. Or I could just do it like this and be like, yep, I have enough no matter what. I guess technically I didn't need to do this here either if I'm willing to kind of pull this out a little bit. This. Yeah, that could be cool. Alright. Then what I need to do is I just need to make this potentially the same, I think. Chuck these behind. It actually looks a lot better now. It's starting to work out. It's good. Oh. Are you picking? Let's just grab some more of this. I don't think I need this much, but again, I mean, it worked. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to fill in there. Alright. Right now, the light is fine, I think. Because of the lights here. Yeah. But we'll include like some other lighting and stuff as well. Yeah, maybe I do need this much and more. I need one more. Two more. Really 1.5. I need to look around to see if I have any bits and bobs. I might. Nope. Well, I guess maybe in here. Oh, yes. Perfect. Alright. And there. And just for like that little bit in the front. None on the side because it's not really there. I mean, I could maybe do something there, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I do. Just to make it look like it notches in. As a thing. I feel like I heard a slime. That's not possible. Shoot at me? Nope. Not until it's too late. We notch these in. As they should be. Here and here. Shockingly, it really is starting to look like it's supposed to be like that. Alright. First things first, I need to get that back done. means I need to check to see if I have any basalt just lying around, and if I don't, I need to go get some basalt. I think I have to actually go to the nether to get that. No, nope, I don't. Perfect. You know, outside of being a decorational block, what is basalt really good for? Basalt. This stuff. Okay for building. But, like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, what's the point in using it for anything else? See? There's no use other than specifically as a building block. So they're fixing copper by giving it a use. Salt's been in the game longer than copper. And it's still just a decorational block, effectively. You can find a lot of it in the nether. You can't even use it as like a stone variant for making tools and stuff. I'm just thinking about it, because again, it's that whole, like, if they're gonna give everything a use, right, we'll be like, well... No, I'm just saying, though, again, going back to the whole copper thing, I think that's the kind of thing that bugs me about going, oh, people want it to have a use, let's give it all these uses. But then there's so many other blocks that also have just as little of a use, if not less. No, I get that. I'm just saying... I kind of wish they had dealt with it like Blackstone and that it behaved as a stone variant. It doesn't have to be a new thing. So that's kind of where I go with it. Because like Blackstone doesn't get its own special look. Neither does Deep Slate. So why not just allow the salt? Which I would argue is the most common type of stone in the nether. As it is. Or make it like, I don't know. I just think there'd be something that would make some sense. Like, I find the salt before I find Blackstone in the nether, like, every time, right? But the concept was meant to be so you can make tools in the nether. I guess just to me, I end up going, it feels weird that it's basically just a decoration block with 3 textures. 2 of which look like trees. But then for some reason the 3rd one is that one. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't feel that... the part of why I don't feel like that with Netherrack is that you have so many things you can make with it. But you can't even make, like, a fence with basalt. I kind of feel like you should be able to. Weirdly enough. because it looks like it should be able to be one. But in general, I don't know. I just feel like the more I look around, the more I'm left with. There's so many things. I think the only reason why they did anything with copper is they decided, yeah, people are right. The copper golem would be cute. No, I do agree. And, well, enough people are complaining about copper, because otherwise I don't think copper would have gotten much of nothing. Not really. And it's that kind of thing where it's like, technically it's listening to the community. I didn't say you don't have to, did I? Did I say you're not allowed to like copper golems, or that it's weird to like them? I think they're cute. I'm just saying I don't think they would have been added. But the thing is, I don't think that's necessarily exactly a positive. I just don't currently find them useful. But beyond that, I don't know. I guess it's that whole. The more you look at things, the more you're gonna be like, but why doesn't this have, at the very least, stairs? Or, like, a half slab. A slab, I guess. Sure, it might be a little weird, but it could also be fine. But again, it's just that whole, I'm left with, it's a stone type. Well, ironically, I personally feel like, for the case of the stonecutter, personally, that whether it be granite, andesite, or stone, they should all be able to be used on Java. For the stonecutter, right? Yeah, I totally forgot. But I actually have a reason for that. For the stonecutter should be able to use any of them. And that reason is, on Bedrock, you can. You don't have to work to get stone to have a stonecutter on Bedrock. And yet you do on Java. And considering nothing about the stonecutter is, I guess other than to technically make it makes it slightly easier to make whatever these things are called. Lodestones. Technically, it makes it slightly easier to make lodestones, but lodestones are basically a decorational block at this point as well. And you can find them, so at this point I kind of go... Why is that something that has not been determined as a parity thing? It's a small thing. Oh, I wouldn't, because I'll just remove it from Bedrock. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't ask you anyway. In that way, I'm kind of just left with, to some extent, the more I look, the more I'm left with. There's so many things that they added to the game and then did nothing with. Well, it'd be like, well, it makes a bio variant. I don't know. And things like that, so it's like... It's just one of those things. I'm not saying like it has to be as I'm just saying in general. It's like it's weird, I guess. Hear any guys going? Don't I hear any guys going? Weird. Like, I haven't heard anything, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything either. And yet it's been working, working, working. Which means there's a dark spot I haven't found. And I'm kind of annoyed. Because now I'm going to have to go find it. It's probably an Enderman that has dug out a dirt blob, like just a dirt blob somewhere. That I don't know of yet. So frustrating. And it again goes back to that whole, I feel like there should be something that'll let us at least know where the dark spots cave-wise are that isn't going into spectator mode. Because that's just frustrating. Maybe this should be one shorter. Crap. Forgot. For some reason, that's the way that works. Did I actually get wool? No. I just got a lead again. Whose lead did it take? Yours. Alright, I need something to keep them in. Pick one out of here. No, I need them. And I don't want to waste wheat just for that. I go sleep. I think it's a good kind of random. I don't think it's that random. This is for selling villagers to get emeralds. Oh, well that's because I don't have a spot that's a permanent spot for them right now. Well, these aren't actually random. Cactus kind of are. But again, it's because of the spot. I was going to have more to it, but the berries are here because it makes it easy to gather them so that I can sell them to villagers. So that then I can get some emeralds to buy quartz with. I know I could just use stone. And it makes my life easier that way. Actually, we've got this here for getting in, and then for getting out. Yeah. Perfect. I can actually shear my sheep. This is the test to see, can we keep them from running away? The grass will regrow as it goes along. Alright. I'm building right now, so expected. Like, these are all things I've been using to build. Chuck these in here for the moment. Actually, you know what, we're gonna put these here. And then we'll put another one, like... Okay. I'm almost done with building. Yes, this ends up being the clothing store here. I might put something here green? I don't know, we'll see. I do need to have something in one of these blocks. Comes the way in and out. Alright. What do we need to do to make a... what's it called? Well, we'll just kind of go through... would it be... I don't think it's redstone, right? Yeah. Armor sand. Okay. Easy enough. But first, let's get more sticks. I currently have enough to make 3 armor sticks. Maybe I want to. We're gonna see it as separate. I wish we could actually, you know, without mods, or out of data pack, I guess, be able to just pose these guys. But we can't, so it's just gotta be as it is. That guy be there. I'll make another guy to go here. And maybe I get one more and it's just like... Light. I've got a second. Let me grab one more green light. Let me grab one more. Let me see if I can make one more. Blah, blah, blah. Do I have any in here? No. Of course not. Why would I have that? But I can't take the sticks, but I don't know why I put that in there. Go to sleep and look around a minute. No idea what I've got lying around. Could have what I'm looking for. Oh, I do need to deal with that in a minute. I'm just gonna look at a few chests, see what I've got lying around, see if there's anything that matches what I'm looking for. If not, I'll just make one. I always need another one. Always need more anyway. Yeah, I might have stuff elsewhere, but for right now, I'll just make one. Grab a light. Or maybe this one. Yeah. Would it feel natural? Gotta grab another one of these. I might be able to make two. Alright, one in the middle, and then one will be looking this way. Yeah. So that can work like that, and then I can make some more that goes up there. Some more of these. Design-wise. I don't really like those being there. It feels a little weird. Oh, this. There we go. They're just stupidly strong. I wish I had so many hearts. for like this year's style, and then I guess we'd have like one there. Yeah, that feels kind of like it makes sense, although. Second, I have thoughts. I mean, it's really starting to look the part for what we're looking for. See, I'm pretty sure now this won't like fall down here, so I'm gonna need to figure out how to fix this. No, I think I have. I have to see if I do. A piston. Hey, I got a good 50. Alright, so let me go see if I have a piston. Honestly, it's definitely coming along. And that is the real thing that we're looking for. Redstone, I have not got. I guess the sticky piston, I guess. It'll do what I need. If it'll work. Right. Yes. There, so that's kind of like there. A little style that would go there. Just a few things like that. See, this is where I kind of wish that we had the potential possibility of yeah, I'll do. Wool slabs. That would be lovely. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to get some oak. I think it's this oak in here. Yeah. Make 6 here. Maybe we want to do this like this, then we can have this be here. Just like that. So, I mean, it doesn't feel perfect, but it does kind of feel like I feel like you could have it. I probably want to do the same thing here as well. And then that way, that'll just be like 2 shelves of that. Different designs, blah blah blah. If I put it down like that and not like that, that would be amazing because then I could have it be like a bubbles kind of thing. I wish we could do that. That like I mean, after all, it is by, like, how you're looking anyway, right? So... I wonder how this would look like this instead. Would this be better or worse? That might be better. We'll decide later. Let's stay. Alright. Anyway, I do kind of want to finish early, guys. There. I've had about half an hour more, but I'm gonna probably finish at that point. Especially if there's nobody here. Yeah, I definitely need to correct that, I think, because that's... feels a bit wrong. Although I suppose the initial idea would be that I'm... But I don't know, I like it better at this level, so I think... I think I just did something wrong. I'm gonna get that done. So I can determine where that floor would be as well, because if I did... Although, I almost like the idea of that one being up a little bit. Allowing for a more lit up kind of... But then you can see here, I'm clearly doing that already, so I did this already, so it's like, I don't know. Yeah, that'll fit. I need more food. Alright, it's faster to go down by hop, skip, and jumping it down here. Alright. Yeah. And whatever I do, I need a multiple of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me kind of determine where I'd want the light to go. Have to remember, there's no way up here. The way up is on the side. Okay. So we put the lights like this. Get 2 more, and then that'll be the lights. It'll just kind of, it feels a little funky, but I think it works. Again, it's one of those things where I do kind of wish. I suppose I have these at least to kind of use on some of this. See if that'll look okay. Wish the shelves could be on the other side. Like, I like the idea of kind of using the shelves there, because I think that would be a good way to kind of be a partial block, so it doesn't block the light, but it looks good. I don't know. Just cray. I just need 2. And that'll be good. It could be a little cafe on the top. I need these two before I... Alright. Yeah, 8. Alright. I do think I prefer the concept of this being here and then there being a stair there. Which I think I'll have in a second. Or I really and truly may end up being like, why did I even think that would be looking good? Or be good? I mean, mind you now, I can't get it. So we still have us like this for now. For now, this can go... But yeah, this is the same level as that one, so I definitely feel like it makes more sense to just have it like that, I guess? I don't know what I've done to my book here. Other than something. And yeah, I think having this be like this for now. And then the possibility I could go up, or I don't know if I will. Now that I'm actually looking at it, because I'm left with, wait, I was... The only reason I would do it is to have, like, lights in the ceiling, but I don't know if I really would want to do that. So, yeah. Let's just grab some white. I'll start to leave it in. I'm sure my thought process was different as I was going through it, but just at this point, I don't think that makes sense. So to match this one, I think this actually gets pulled in, but I think on this side it's going to be the same size, whereas on this one it is pulled in one just because nature. I will pull this one back here. I just don't feel the need to pull it out back to the side in that same way. So it'll semi-match, but it's going to be a little different because it's not needing to be... It's the center one. It's got a little bit more space, I guess. I don't know. Something. Need to get more white wood. And then we're gonna just kind of fill this out. And I'll do a roof real quick as well, I guess. Something simple. I think I have some cobblestone over here. Here. I'm pretty sure I have some of one of these. Yeah. Just gonna take half of that. I'm gonna turn it into slabs. So that I can make the roof, but I can also kind of lean into the stuff. I hear you. Biggest reason I'm doing it like this is because in this way... Yeah, I am thinking of finishing soon, you're right, buddy. I just kind of want to try and get... something a little bit more... filled out, I guess. So that work done. Need a little bit more, but we can see from the front if this looks okay. I do feel a little bit like I need something sticking out the front, and maybe the side. Not a lot, but a little. Although I suppose it could also be done to be a little bit down. Like here. I need to know if this looks okay. Looks better. I might just do that. Kinda. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. It looks a little bit cleaner than if I was to do it on the side. A little bit less, it's not something that would show from inside the thing, but... And then it would just pull back. Like so. Probably will continue along that one as well. Just so that we have it being a little more matchy-matchy. I do kind of like the idea of it just goes all the way around though. Like that. So that it just... Not only does it matchy match there, it'll eventually match over here as well. Heck, I might just pull this out like this. Not like you'd see any of this anyway. It just kind of works to have something here. Mind you, light-wise, I probably should put something in, but... And then this can go here, and then... With these, I forgot I was doing this. Put this in here as well. I can have that be just that. It's just enough lower that it'll have that kind of above. So that it feels right, I guess. I don't know. And just kind of connects. That means I also have to have the back. Maybe I get the back done up here. Because it's just would be like that. Match. Obviously we'd need to put in lights, but yeah, I kind of like that as a concept there, that it will have the ability to be lit up. And maybe a back door as well would be good. I don't know. Not really something to think about specifically, but you know, I mean, you could have something. Let me go see if I have any doors left over. If I do, then I know what I'm doing. If I don't, we'll see. I do have one of these. It'd be a good way to kind of have it look a little bit more... be clearly different on both sides, but not necessarily something you think too much about. Plus, it does feel a little bit more likely to be, like, locked. So, until I put something more proper in later. It does feel a little bit too obvious. I probably want to do birch, but I don't want to go make... can. Let's just see what doing birch. It does feel a little off. Yeah, that looks fine, actually. Perfectly normal. On the other side, yeah, you don't even think about it. I really don't want it to be like that. I need to figure this out. Idea. All right. But it opens inward. Yeah, outward. Yeah, perfect. I think it looks pretty obviously like a clothing store in here, potentially. Well, not quite, but it's getting there. Yeah, it feels good there. I kind of like the idea that this was just a little bit on the side here. It's just something crazy. I kind of wish I had like a between, but I don't, so it's fine. I've got that weird feeling that I wish that I had a it doesn't really matter. Okay, bottom floor, top floor, done and done. This one, I just need to get the stuff started to be put in, and then it'll start feeling good. I'm kind of going, as I said, with the idea that, well, I didn't specifically say, but the idea here is to some extent that, like, this building is new, that building is new. These buildings might not be new, but because they're, like, hotels and little shops. As I said before, because the whole idea was that, and then there's a little beach area down below, which I'll probably set up at some point as a beachy area. I need sand for that though, I don't have that. Okay, yeah, I gotta go deal with the chickens. I mean, yeesh, this looks like it's pretty cool and backed up. Let's steal chickens real quick, and then I'll get... We're done. Alright. While I wait for that. And somehow I knew that was gonna happen, yeah. Stuff. Yeah. There. Alrighty. Do. And I'll just triple check there's nothing else here. I do definitely need to either start roasting with more chickens or selling some of them. Yeah. Alright, so back to what I was doing before I realized I definitely needed to deal with the chickens. Alright. Let's just grab some more of this. I know I'm gonna need it. So we're gonna match up the matchy-matchy, other than the fact, like I said, I am gonna let the other side kind of be out, just that one extra block to match. It also makes it a slightly different shaped building to this one, so that it doesn't feel as, I guess, samey. So we could do that like that. I'm gonna need more. I probably should just start growing some. Alright. So that's gonna be like that for now. I don't need more necessarily. Alright. I need to get some saplings. I need to get some bone. I have the bone meal. I need to get saplings so that I can grow a whole bunch really quickly. So we can grow 5 real fast. I'm gonna go to sleep, then I'm gonna get some bone meal out and I'll grow these guys up a bit. Cut them down. Utilize them. Alright. But yeah, if nobody's here by like the time I'm done doing that, I'm probably just gonna finish at that point. And I'll probably do this tomorrow, because there's no one here to vote. So, yeah. And honestly, if I do it that way, then I can probably at least mostly have perfect. The street done. Even maybe have this done as well. These types of trees. Like, at least I know... Oh, Thomas. Again. Did you vote with me? Anyway, I'm not kidding. I really am serious about. I'm probably just gonna. Yeah, I just need to get some wood. I'm gonna try and get the stuff quickly done. I was saying to finish that section over there. Then I'll decide what I want to do after that. Rather, I'll decide what I want to do for the thumbnail picture, and that'll be done. Let's see, how many saplings do we actually get out of this? We put 20 in. We should at least get 20 out. Alright. Hopefully. So far we have... Luna is asleep, but I do need to finish him because he does want snuggly time. He made that kinda clear. He's feeling that he's asleep again. For the moment. Because he's a sleepy boy. Okay. Four so far. They can. And have no problem doing so. I mean, it's really just a cat thing. I mean, yes, they can also sleep in a crate. But honestly, that's not really... Not always. There's a certain level of that, yes, but... It's not, like... To be clear, part of that is they like that. Also, Vuna... At this point, I try to let him sleep free. Because he otherwise gets a little... Hang out. The real answer is kind of sometimes bored. Which leads to excessive cleaning, which leads to hair loss. Yay. Okay, I need 5 more saplings to be breaking even. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting 4 more. This is the thing I hate about like dark oak and now pale oak trees. So much. I just need 3 more saplings, but I don't want to break them because the chances... I know technically it's the same chances either way, and you have a better chance, like as a fortune technically. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I've ever had that actually happen. What is that new dude? I mean, no. I mean, the ice is kind of nice, but it's packed ice. Blue ice we would talk, man, but like... Alright, now the question here... As I said, I am gonna finish... I mean, all you'd be seeing here is roof, but it might be nice to have a window here. Like that. Sleep. Alrighty. I mean, it is very roofy. It is a roof. Further, it will be a roof when I'm done. I just have to actually make the roof. Okay, we got... Alright. We're gonna try and see if we can't get some more saplings. I think this one has quite a few leaves. So we need to get somewhat lucky. Yeah. Only real way to be able to collect. Back to kind of where we were. There. It also didn't help that they grew into each other, but yeah. Also, I just feel like the likelihood of getting things from these trains or so. Alright. The question now becomes, what do we want the floor/ceiling to be? The most logical solution, I would argue, ironically, would be to use these. Although it does give a neat effect to the floor above, of being all white. Just in general, right? I'm just gonna put some torches down here, I guess. Or lanterns. I'll put down proper lighting later, but I do think it's still gonna be lanterns. What I was gonna have here, I don't remember specifically. I think though this is gonna become a bookstore. Gives that kind of confined feeling for a bookstore. Yeah? And then this space. I'm not sure. Other than it really it's got some look to it. It's very pale, very yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna do 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. To start with is we're just gonna make the roof. Ish. Except for where we're gonna put in lighting. Alright. Okay. Shockingly, this works pretty well. Alright, so that's the lighting, that's the roof rather. Whereas here, it's just a little, well, quite a bit smaller. I suppose this feels like, I don't know. I like the idea of this being a cafe. I also probably should do this. Then I don't know what I want to do here. Alright, let me look at how much I'm gonna need here. 3 by 4 is 12. Alright. Alright, I suppose technically I could put this back. Although I'm gonna need to get up. But if I put it here, it should be fine. Alright. Not gonna be perfect, because I can't get rid of the door handle. But it's still decent. I got an idea. We could put these here like this, and like this, and then we can put these in like this. So it kind of matches. See? All lit up. Isn't that nice? Alright. I want 3 of these. Now. Alright. Go sleep. Oh, at this point, it actually looks kind of nice. And then I'm gonna do like one more day, and that's it. Whatever I've got done at that point, I've got done. Next time, since, yeah, I don't think anyone's my kid. Next time what we're gonna do is we are going to do more of this. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. And next time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just finish this part of the street down. At this point, the only wall on this side of the street left is this one and that one. Alright, so let me get some cobblestone. I'm gonna need a whole stack. But I'm gonna turn to 2 stacks. I'm gonna need this. I think what I want to do. Here's where I have some stuff back here. I don't need this right now. Definitely don't need that. Alright. I'm going to need more than I currently have. I know this because I already know how it goes. I need to pull this all the way around like I did before. Well, I just need to know how much more I'm going to need to finish the brew. Maybe I'll get lucky and I won't need more. Either way. Alright. So... It looks like I might just have enough. Or maybe not. Yeah, okay, so what I need, how much do I need? Oh. 4 here, and then 4 plus 6 is 10. So I need a total of 10. Well, mobs can get in, but or they will spawn potentially on the areas that are not mob-proof, but I'm gonna probably put some light up there as well, maybe, if I can remember to... I wanted to see if I had any over here to make this easier myself. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's get these. Let me see if I can't grab myself some quick, lichen. A little lichen. Alright, I think I have some... I think I should have some. Somewhere around here. I think I put some on one of these, I thought, but maybe not. See, I haven't finished this one's roof, so... we can, in fact, go up. Yeah. Alright, where's my bird? Alright. Now that I have everything that I'm gonna need for... Alright, so I have my way up. Honestly... I kinda think that works like that. Oof. Those guys spawned. Yeah, I know, I'm wasting bone meal. You know what? I'm gonna get out of the area and let these guys despawn. I have no food in my inventory right now. I mean, I do, but I don't have it in my hotbar. I mean, they did do me a favor. Because they were the llamas just weren't disappearing, but if I need to like cut back on the glow at some point, I can. they didn't make it over here, they should be despawned at this point. Yeah. I'll take the leather, because you know, it feels a shame not to have that, utilized. Alright. So it's about to sink, but we're not quite there yet. Alright. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pick this out. I like the idea of kind of having it be over the door. I want to kind of sort of... Oh gosh. Creepers have spawned in. I need to go downstairs to sleep, I think. Although I'm kind of fascinated by how little spawning there is. That's where you guys went. On the city. I thought it would be more of an issue. It seems to actually be. So that's actually a bonus. Creeper there. I'm gonna risk it. Like, I don't know how he got up there. Okay, those guys are still there. I'm gonna just go all the way over here. Chicken. I was gonna thumbnail. I think I'm gonna figure out what I need to do to just quickly finish. Because I took too long. So, you know what? Maybe a day image. Over there. But I think the creepers that are over there are gone now. Rather, were over there. Obviously, they're gone now, because I did manage to do what I was going to do. Despawn them. So does my cat. Also, I'm not really as fond of Valentine's Day, I'm gonna be honest. After all, my birthday's like literally the week after, so I'm not as fussed about it. Yeah, that guy's gone. I think the guy that was back here is going to be gone. I'm going to make sure he's gone. Yeah, because that could have been causing... That could have caused me issues. I mean, I'll happily take the bones, mind you. Bones are always good. Haha. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking that I want to try and quickly do. I want to bring this gear down one. What do I want to do? You know, I kind of do. Not a lot. Or... I got another idea. Need a piece of cobblestone, though. If I can get a piece of cobblestone, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. And beyond that, like, I started streaming the day after Valentine's Day, so again, I'm not too fussed. I feel like that says quite a bit. Also, this has not been working today, which means there's something spawning things, and that's just not... Oh, stop spawning now. Maybe I was just too close? Maybe. It's still not great, though. Seriously. Sure. Alright. Let me do my last little thing if I do that. Alright, so what I'm thinking I want to do... I want to get up here. Put this in. Yeah. I mean, it might be nicer to have it be... a little bit more. But that's just, I think. That way, it just kind of hides the light, but then beyond that, it just kind of has a nice little look to it. And that should be a relatively good place to kind of be good. Now the question is, how do we want... What do we want to put now? Do we want it here? Do we want it in here? What would you choose, Tomas? And... Nope. What do we want here? It feels a little funky, but I think it works for what it is. I mean, mind you, I could have just done the whole, but it was kind of... You don't care, just say so now. I was saying if you wanted, you can pick where I have to do the thumbnail. Yeah, that does that there. I think that's fine. Like, do we do it here? Here. Here. Go for the corner. What? Are you saying I need to be like going from like the sideways kind of, or like a corner view? Like, are you saying like this? Here? Is what you mean, Tomas? Before I do? Alright. Sure. Let's just adjust this a little bit to be a bit better of a view, kinda. Alright, let's see how this looks. I did the jump just to kind of be a little bit... Doesn't really change anything, I guess. I actually think this would be better. That's fine. That just kind of shows what we got done today. Or what I got done, I guess. Since what I got done was effectively finishing that building. So, yeah. I mean, that's as good as anything. I think it's a pretty good, like, kind of idea. I'm also going to probably adjust this, even though I wasn't necessarily going to have anything here. I actually kind of like the idea of there being a double chest here. Yep. Let me do that real quick. Hello, night. I was just about to finish, literally. I'm finishing... Oh, yeah, I think that'll do. Well, no, you're not. I don't know if it's a trash or if it's something else. This is a clothing store. I was thinking it's more like a... kind of like a drop-off. Or like, if someone that they... So it's not really gonna have to. I guess there's gonna be food on the second floor, but. Like. I suppose the concept is just, since it is clothing specifically, that as they have new fashions come in, old fashions put it as well, kind of thing. It would basically be a, I think I know what must be going on. It's okay. I need to check this. Basically, the idea would be as clothing kind of. Yeah, yep. You. Yeah, I see you. I have to make a decision about you. Lava doesn't kill him. For some reason he spawned in and he was despawning. And now that he's holding a spear, that's not great. Anyway, although I suppose it's only one guy. And I have a diamond axe. Yep. Yeah. Take that. Anyway, yeah. The concept is more just along the lines of like old clothes that lets people kind of slip in, if you will, potentially, and grab them. Actually, I think I did a pretty good job with this, though. Behind. Although the actual, they'll probably enter this way. But if someone needs help, you can kind of come out that way. Neat, huh? But that's kind of where I'm at. That's why I am happy to finish with. I don't want to gotta go beyond this point. I'm happy with my progress. I think we'll do more Minecraft tomorrow. And what we'll do tomorrow is we're going to, at the very least, get the hotel, another hotel thing, right? Done. This wall, at least, if not the whole thing. And I want to start getting to work on these, and then that one on the other side. Because once that's done, as far as, like, as far as your main buildings for this stuff is concerned, that will be done. Then I can start to work on these and the other side more. I mean, I gotta get that one done as well. I need like one more floor here. But yeah. That's kind of where we're at. We are pretty close to being done. Like, I actually managed to get an interior done on this one and have this side done as well. Well, the bottom floor interior. and have this here as well. I'll decide how I deal with that later. But then I can work on that, that, and that. And then from there, we can get to these buildings. We'll have one more building here. Shockingly, once I have that building there and I finish this building, I'll only have one building left to finish. And then that'll be 2 buildings that are effectively done. Are there 2 sides? Like, well, 1.5 streets done. Minus the actual street, but that requires Blackstone, and I'm just not at that point. I need a gold farm. I still haven't built one. I just don't want to have to sit around and do nothing while I wait for it to work. It's kind of frustrating. Maybe for the very first street of the city. And then I gotta go and work on those sections over there more. Clearing that out. So that we can actually start kind of working on those. But I really and truly just wanted to get this side done, or mostly done. Enough that you can kind of skip the vision. Well, I mean, you've gotten, but like to actually see it in full. So that building has to go up and those 2 buildings have to be done. And then that'll be that. Kinda. Of like where I started with my thoughts. Anyway, I'm just at this point waiting for the sun to finish setting because I'm looking at the sun setting and I'm just like, I need to let the sun set. But yeah, I mean, once it's all done and dusted and all that, I think we'll have a pretty good... It's kind of big. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where it's gonna be. And then from there, like I said, I gotta get that side done. I've also gotta get this side done. And then I gotta finish building up these buildings. And this. I'll need a few more on this side as well. But honestly, hey, I mean, we got a real test to see. And with the way everything is, as far as on the street goes, it is lit up enough that mobs don't spawn. Mobs spawn over here, mobs spawn everywhere else, obviously, but it doesn't spawn on the street, so... Proof of concept. But I'm pretty happy with the progress. I'm pretty happy with how... But, and, yeah. If I can get like I said, that building done, get those buildings done. I think those 3 will be a lot easier than that one. And then I can work on these builds as well, although I do need honey for a honey raider. The inside, but then that just kind of allows that to do a thing. But yeah, I am pretty excited for when it will actually be done. And then what I'll probably do at that point, just so we can have like the final look at, is I will probably let it be in peaceful just for checking it out. It's not really about like mob spawn, it's more about like creeper blowing things up after this point. I just want to see, like, proof of concept. Proof of concept done. Or I'll just light things up around it enough that it should be fine. In reality, I just kind of need to light. And then we'll be good. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day / night / whatever it is for you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for sticking around. I hope to see you tomorrow for more of this. I'm serious. I'm going to try and get as close to actually finishing this straight as I can. I mean, not getting all the floors and everything in, just the outside. But I want to try and get that. Yeah. As I said, thank you for popping in. Instagram. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Subscribe, whatever it is for you. And, yeah.